Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the post-game press conference of the game between Angola and the Dominican Republic, currently with head coach Pep Claros and player Silvio de Souza. We just kindly ask that you have your phones on silent, please. We'll get an opening statement from player, then coach, and then we'll have time for questions in English, and then some questions for Angolan press as well. Silvio, tough game, of course. You guys made it very close. Just an opening statement from your perspective, please.
Would you repeat the question for me, please?
Sorry. Just an opening statement from your perspective as a player for the game.
No, I just want to say I think we play great. You know, we gave it all, and I think that's the thing that mattered the most. Just we stayed together, we believed, and and that's what we're gonna continue to do.
Thank you. Coach, just an opening statement from you on your team's performance in this game.
Well, it's clear that it was not an easy game from the mental side because first we want to win the game, and second we want to win the game by more than 10 points, and this give you extra tension, extra motivation, and sometimes make you and cause you to get some mistakes. But I think the players, they were fighting, all the way. They gave all out, and well, this is a good game for us also to learn. We try to get to play very big, sometimes with three very big guys, and then we get some mistakes defensively. Probably our intensity start to get a little bit lower that I like, and after that too we missed so many free throws. We have a good night shooting from outside, and at the end the other team scored 26 free throws, so this is 23 from them, and we missed already 13. So that's a big difference for us. It hurt us a little bit.
I'd like to open up for questions for both Silvio and Coach Pep Claros. Yes.
Hi, Coach. Yeah, you limited Karl Anthony Towns to just single digits after monster performances against Italy and Gilas Filipinas. Your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are it's gonna look a little bit how can I say it? But we want to play with Towns. Our plan was playing with Towns. We want to attack Towns' pick and roll. We want to attack his defense. We want to attack some weaknesses that we believe that the team, Dominican Republic, have when Towns is playing. And once he's out, the team play totally different. And we know that it could happen, but obviously all this change a lot because when you want to play big, like in our case, we want to play with three big guys. And on the other team, they play with four guards. It's hard for them. We get 21 offensive boards, but it's hard for us also to play aggressive on defense with guards, And our bigs, they were doing all they can, and our guards too. We're trying to do our best, and this is a team that we are competing and with options to win. A team who beat Canada, a team who beat Italy, and a team that almost beat Spain. So this is a good team also, no? It's not only about Angola, it's also about the job, and they're doing a very good job.
Yes, Chester.
Follow-up, sir. Bruno Fernando was fouled out, I guess, so 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Do you think it affected the result for your team, sir?
Well, I think that Bruno Fernando is a very important player for us. And it's sad because most of you review all the fouls. There are one foul with the hands like this. That is the player going against him. Another one that he's driving and is not even his player. Another one that he's on the help and is trying to avoid the contact. So I think that, it's obviously that it affects probably the game, but you know, it's sad also because he's not having minutes in 3 years, and now that we're giving him a lot of minutes, the refs are limiting his minutes today. So hopefully on the next one, maybe he can play a little bit longer.
Good evening, I'm Cesare Milanti from Europe. So I have a question for Coach. 2 days ago, following your victory, you said you addressed the difficulties that African teams has to face in competition like this, also to go towards the Olympics. After yesterday, historic day with three African teams winning, I was wondering what were your feelings yesterday after seeing these results?
Imagine how difficult it's going to be for all of us. That imagine not only for us, also for the other teams. Imagine that maybe Cape Verde won, but maybe still can finish on the 4th position. South Sudan won, and maybe is not going to go on the bracket. You know, it depends also of the other results. What is going to happen with Georgia? What is going to happen with China? So all of this, even on us, no? What's going to happen tonight with Philippines, Italy? So we are always on this scenario where it's very, very difficult to compete, but it looks like Africa got a lot of talent. You can see it on NBA, but you can see it in Europe and here in the World Championship, maybe even some countries from Asia, they will go to the 4 bracket. That means that with the difficulties that we have, Africa is getting better. We're trying our best, you know. My only concern, as I tell you, is that it's very difficult if you go to the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics with 6 teams and 3 or 4 from Europe, 1 or 2 from America, and yourself. It's very difficult to go to the Olympics with only 12 spots for African teams. It's difficult for everybody, but for us, it's complicated. It's complicated.
Any more questions? Any questions for the Portuguese person?
Quero começar por felicitar o Bruno por este, que eu considero excelente jogo de basquete.
He wants to congratulate Silvio, no, for this is Bruno.
Silvio, as minhas felicitações por este grande jogo de basquetebol. Acho que hoje estiveste enorme.
He said he was so big.
Nós sentimos que a determinada altura do jogo Angola poderia ganhar, como o adversário também acabou mesmo por ganhar. Senti-vos hoje nos momentos cruciais, quando os nossos lançamentos tinham de aparecer. Hoje não apareceram, nós atirámos 21 vezes e marcámos apenas 2. Estou a falar dos triplos. Pensas que isto terá condicionado também o resultado?
He's saying that he felt that we could win the game. There was a moment that maybe we were not shooting well. We only make 2 threes. So what is your impression, Silvio?
Não, em português, ok. Eu acho que tudo isso começa pela defesa, you know.
Everything starts on defense.
Tudo começa na defesa. Nós damos o nosso melhor e acreditamos, conforme disse há pouco, acreditamos que a defesa será o nosso jogo e
we believe on that.
E procurar fazer a paragem dos pick and rolls e essas coisas todas.
We try to do the pick and roll stuff.
Lançamentos de fora do campo, nós acreditamos. E as bolas não entravam, mas esse não foi o motivo.
But they didn't go in today.
Mas não foi o motivo na qual o jogo deu.
But it was not the chaos or the why we lost.
Teve o resultado que teve porque, nós acho que no final do jogo foi cansaço, mas nós
I think that at the end of the game we were tired.
Continuamos a lutar
We
e damos
kept
o nosso
fighting.
Coach, qual a razão de tanta diferença nas percentagens? No primeiro jogo, por exemplo, em triplos fizemos 14%, no segundo fizemos 29%, neste 9,5%. O Lucani foi o MVP ontem, hoje fez 1 ponto. O Childo foi o único que fez dois triplos, em 21 fez 2, os outros 19 triplos lançados e falhados. Ganhámos mais ressaltos ofensivos que o adversário, 21-10, mas depois falhamos também nos 2 pontos, em que temos uma percentagem de só de 35%.
He's talking about
E
the
no lance
percentage where we
livre
were
também
so bad.
baixámos, no
In
lance
free
livre
throws and
estávamos nos
threes,
70 e tal por cento e fazemos 53%.
even
Qual é a
on the
razão
other
desta
games. What's
irregularidade?
the reason? Well, the reason is that the players try to. La razão es que os jogadores no lanzan a fallar. The players don't shoot to miss. They shoot to make. They are trying. Eles intentan. Mas a veces a bola no entra y cuando no entra, lo único que puedes hacer es treinar más. And when the ball doesn't go in, the only thing you can do is practice more, shoot more. And el problema de que nos estamos a llegar no es un problema de fase un mes y medio que nos estamos con la selección. The problem is not the last month and a half. The problem that when the shooter is not shooting, it may be because during all his career is not shooting well. Normalmente es porque toda su carrera que están comenzando algunos, some of them they are starting, no están tirando bien y tú tienes que treinar lanzamiento durante 10 meses, durante 12 meses, durante años. Aquí nos tenemos unas limitaciones con lanzamiento exterior importantes, mas no en la selección, no todo el país. We have limitations on that, not only on the national team, on the country. We only have maybe 3 or 4 pure shooters. Some of them, they are already very, very young. Some of them already very, very, very old. And we still have to develop this. But y aún tenemos que desarrollar muchos jugadores de estos. Más una de las limitaciones que tenemos. Equipo de Sudáfrica, pero de South Sudán mismo. También, mas me decís, no, más a un jugador que fica muchos triples, sí, más que no es de South Sudan, es americano. And I'm saying that also other countries too, Senegal or Nigeria when they play, and now South Sudan, that they have some shooters, but it's different because we didn't naturalize any player. We don't sign any import. That obviously if we sign a shooter, it could be easier. Maybe we are one of the only countries that we don't have anybody more than Angolans. We are betting from Angolan product and nos apostamos por el jugador angolano y tenemos que crear lanzadores. Mas no los creamos hoy ni mañana, los creas durante años y años y años de trabajo. Y esto es una cosa que tenemos pendiente. No solamente tenemos que crear bases grandes. We also have to create pointers with size. We have 2 or 3 good projects, but still very, very young. So this is one of our weaknesses that from the future we have to work very, very hard. But not only for today or tomorrow, for the next years, because we are missing this. Por los siguientes años estamos a notar que falta mucho. Lanzamiento exterior, bases grandes que dirijan o juego. Os vistes os dos jugadores deles, son 2 bases. Base de selección, los 2 bases, uno máximo de ACB, otro base titular de un equipo que juega Eurocopa. Los 2 son bases con estructura, gallos de 1.91, 92. 2 pointers from them. They play one ACB in Eurocup, the other one is the leader scorer. All of them 6'3", 6'4", 95 kilos. Our pointers, both are very, very skinny, still very young. So we have to develop this. Tenemos unas limitaciones que tenemos que mejorar. Y la otra es, puedes hacer esto, asignar un americano, que ya ofrece todo el mundo, aquí todos los agentes ofrecen americanos, si quieren, los tienes fácil. We can sign an import, like most of the national teams, and maybe we're going to score more threes, but I don't believe this is correct. And I really think that FIBA must stop this as soon as possible. Otherwise, in some years, it will be no local product. We need to develop, each country need to develop their own players. This is what I think. And there are players that they don't speak the language of the country that they represent. There are countries with 7, 8 players that they are born outside their country. Hay selecciones con 7, 8 jugadores que han nacido fuera.
Coach Pep Claros, thank you so much. Silva de Souza, and all the best to you in the next games. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gatorade is my people too.
Damn, we can't even have my people up here? That's crazy. That's wild. Shout out Gatorade, you heard? This ain't a church. Anyone Well, got welcome back, questions?
Mm-hmm.
everybody, to the post-game press conference of the FIBA Basketball World Cup matchup between the Dominican Republic and Angola, currently with coach and player of the Dominican Republic, Nestor Garcia and Carl Anthony Towns. We'll get an opening statement from player and coach first, and then we'll have time for questions in English, and then for local press. Kat, phenomenal game today. Just a statement from your perspective on your team's performance, please.
Phenomenal. I appreciate those kind words.
You're welcome.
And only got 15 in, but guess what? We got the win. Dominican Republic is going crazy right now. My opening statement is pretty simple. We have a special team. Everyone counted us out. They didn't think we could be great. But in practice with one of the best coaches in the world, in Che, we believed that we could do something amazing. And I think that the world's on notice now. A great coach. And
He talked to me about me because he want a free day tomorrow.
Maybe. But I would say from the bottom of my heart, I think all the Dominican Republic needs to send their gratitude and their thanks and love to Coach Che, because without him, I don't think any of this is possible.
Thank you, Kat. Che, another victory for your team. Just a statement from you on your perspective from your team's victory tonight.
Well, good evening. First of all, we are very happy because we finished in the first position, no, in a tough group. It's like I said before, my players give the extra. We got one guy, he's a leader like him. For me, he's the best player of the tournament. This is known. Because I'm talking that sweet thing about him, because his attitude. A lot of minutes we play without him, and the team make a lot of effort, try to hide all the talent that he has, all he inspired for my team. And we respect Angola, because Angola is the best offensive rebounder of this league. They are very aggressive, they are very athletic, they want to qualify. For us was very difficult to play against it. We are in the first 16. This was our first goal, try to go to the next round. And then when we will see, the World Cup is very difficult. I love this guy because he tried to adjust with the different rules, the NBA and FIBA League, and he's here, happy every day. My players, they fight. I think that we have a lot of chance, to step up. We overcome a lot of situations in a difficult moments, but I'm really, really happy.
Thank you, Coach. Any questions for both Carl Anthony Towns and Che Garcia? Chester.
Good evening, everybody. Congrats on the big win. I have a question. I'm Cesare Minanti from Euros. I have a question for Kat. You said, stopping by in the mix zone, this is the best coach in the world. Tell me the best thing you learned from Coach Garcia since you joined the Dominican Republic. Thank you.
Yeah, I stand by what I say. I think he's one of the best coaches in the world. I'm around a lot of amazing coaches, obviously in the NBA. Some of the most winningest coaches in the world, some of the best coaches ever to be on the sideline. But I think for me, when I've been here with Shea, I just seen something that the way he a great coach is a coach that gets the most out of his players and makes those players every day come to work, come to practice, come to the game with a smile on their face. And he always finds a way to do that, regardless of the situation, regardless of the pressure, regardless of what's about to, to come up. It's just always fun when you go to practice that you get to see your coach and you get to go to work with, like I say, and I think I speak for everyone in that locker room, when you get to go there with one of your best friends, you get to go there with someone that you respect tremendously and you love to have fun with. And I think the best coaches in the world are those coaches not only that are amazing with X and O's and the ones on the sideline who get the best out of their team and their players, but the one that all the players levitate towards off the court. When we're not in that court, you know, we all want to hang out with Coach Shea. We all want to get to talk to him. We all want to laugh with him. We all want to joke with him. We all want to talk basketball with him. We all want to not talk basketball with him. And I think that's what makes him so special, is that he's not just a coach in basketball, he's a coach in life. He's coached us just in how to enjoy this moment and to never take it for granted. And I'm just here to be a messenger for him. He's the leader of our team. He's the captain of our team. And I'm just here to be a messenger for him.
Can you give me 20 seconds? Love you, killer.
I smile just talking about him. You see?
You don't have idea what I feel in my soul right now. Thank you.
You deserve
Thank
it.
you,
You
sir.
deserve it.
Next question for Diane, please.
Congratulations, Kat. It was so nice of you to get out of the mix zone and to join your countrymen outside. Tell us how that felt with you. Like, you just totally made their day celebrating. I mean, you didn't have to do that, but you went out of your way.
Yeah, we got to talk about that later, Shay. I ran outside, but it's a FIBA World Cup, and if there's anything I've always wanted the guys to know, and it's something that he stressed to us a lot, this is not about stats or it's not about awards. This is about bringing our country pride and putting us in a place that no one thought we could be at. It's about the win, and in that moment, I'm just hearing the chants outside. I understand that, you know, we made history last game against Italy, and just to come to this day, and we had a chance to really make history that we personally in our team wanted to make. We wanted to be able to say we won 3 games in a row in the World Cup. We wanted to be able to say that we're the first in our group going to the second round. Just a lot of pride in me, just a lot of pride just in my country, my mother's country, our country. We've put a lot of hours into the gym. We've put a lot of sweat, tears, blood into this game, not only for our clubs or the NBA, but for this country. And I think this was just a culmination of all of our hard work since we were young, coming together to give our country a chance to have a chance to win in the World Cup. This is one of the pinnacles of basketball, and for us to come out here to not be heavily looked on as a team that could do a lot of damage or could win a lot of games here, and for us to come out here and do something really special so far is an amazing feeling. And I don't want I want our country, I want the fans, I want everyone who's been supporting us to know that we're not just doing this for ourselves and our families, but we're doing it for their families. We're doing it for our country. We're doing it, like I said before, for the mothers who gave us men a chance to live this dream. I think me and Shay know how important mothers are to men, so you know, it means a lot that I think we both get to do this for our mothers and make them proud. And I know they're above looking down on us, really happy and proud that their boys are doing pretty well in the world.
Hi, Carl. Lorenzo from Tiebreaker Times here in Manila. So just a question. Before you suited up for Dominican Republic the last time more than 10 years ago or a decade, so how does it feel that you're part of this special run with the team?
I mean, it's special. I was with the team 13 years ago when we qualified for the World Cup and won the Central Basket in Puerto Rico to qualify, and I believe in Venezuela. No, actually.
Was your first tournament against me? I coached Venezuela.
I remember, and we talked about it
You
too.
beat me. Huh?
We won't talk about that. You with us. So, I'm just proud. I'm just very proud that I was given a chance by, the federation and my country to put this jersey on. They didn't have to give me this chance to do this, and I feel very honored and blessed to have this chance to be able to represent my mother's country. I've only come here with one goal in mind, and that was to make our country proud and to find ways to win and to help our team win. So I'm just happy that so far everything's going according to plan and what I was hoping and praying to God every day that we could do, and hopefully I could help. And we take it game by game, but I think tonight it's worth celebration in our country for all of us, the players, to enjoy these moments. I've been stressing to them that if I've learned anything, moments come and go quick. and you got to live in the moment, and it's okay to celebrate these wins and these moments because you never know how all our lives are going to play out and if we'll have another chance to be in the World Cup. So let's enjoy these moments with each other as brothers, as not only as brothers but as new family members. We all get to be part of history together, and I think that's what makes family, when you guys go together and enjoy these special moments with each other with love and respect, and it's just awesome that we get to have our country with us in these moments.
Yeah, question for Kat. Here, Kevin Charem for Oku Web from Argentina. Congrats on the win. You were vital, especially in the last minutes of the game, to get the win. Your rivals played really physical against you today, and I think every game that physicality will be raising. What are your feelings about it and about the fight in the low post on the FIBA way? And you need to be mentally prepared for this on the next games. And just one more question. You just talked very well about Nestor, and you have another guy from Argentina in Minnesota, Coach Prigioni.
Yes.
Can I know your thoughts about Pablo and his influence on your game?
Yeah, I think for the first part, it's FIBA. I feel I'm very honored that I feel like I've gained the respect from the coaches and stuff like that, but I don't think I was the vital reason we won any of these games. I think that we're all a big piece of the puzzles to finding ways to win. We all have an amazing, we've done an amazing job together as a family, as a team, of finding ways to win together. I don't want to sit up here and say I was the most vital reasons. I don't believe in that. I think that we all have a reason. There's not one person who could just win a game. It takes a team, it takes a country to find ways to win, especially in the World Cup. Andres Feliz was amazing, but I want to talk about, Antonio Pena, Angel Delgado, who I grew up in the system with and been with him since 13 years ago. Victor Lee's our captain, has been amazing. Juan Montero you could keep going down the list. Lester, Gerardo, Eloy, Solano, we could keep going down, Mendoza. Everyone has contributed to us winning. And it's not just that I did something that helped us win. We all did something together to come out with some amazing wins against some really, really good teams and countries who are really prideful, and really have a lot of pride for a reason. They put a lot of work and they make their countries proud, and we have to go out there and find a way to win. And secondly, Pablo Prigioni has been amazing. I've been respecting him as a player from far, and now I get to call him coach, and it's such an honor. I think one of the things that makes him so cool is that when we get to practice, he will practice with us and play. And I think that's so cool that your coach gets to go out there and play 5-on-5 against us and relive his NBA dreams. So I really always enjoy Pablo's company. He's a very big part of our coaching staff, and we're very honored and blessed to have him.
Hello. Yeah, same question. Just one question for both Coach and Kat.
Thank you. Coach for Coach. A question for Coach, yes!
Yeah. No,
yes.
So basically, no, it's the same question for both of you, so you also need the answer. No, but yeah, obviously you've established that you have a very good relationship with one another in this particular interview, but one of the things that really echoed that to me as far as the game was concerned was you entering the fourth quarter in the beginning with 4 fouls. So I was watching you, and you were really, really mindful of not picking up your 5th foul.
Yeah.
Given that you had picked up 4 fouls sporadically throughout the entire game, what changed? What was in your mind? Did you know how massive your presence being in the game still was for the 4th quarter? And then for Coach, what was the thought process like? What kind of trust did you have that Kat's going to start with the 4th quarter with 4 fouls? So yeah.
Kind of as well before. I talked with my son, I said, this is FIBA. It's different. They want to call foul because everyone that play against us, try to stop this guy. It's impossible to stop if you don't make a foul, and it's difficult for him. But for me, he's like a player. It's not because I love you. I'm talking with the reality. He's the best player of this cup. But he make a difference with his behaviors. He's very educated. He's humble. He tried to listen. He talk everything. We talk about when he made 2, when he made 3 fouls, when he made 4, or he played 5, or everything. He is part of our plan because he don't try to say something that we have to do. he acts. And for that, I love this guy because when he made the 2 fouls, he complained but smiling, You must love this guy, smiling. But technical foul, I say, damn. 4 foul, damn. I told you, boy, I told you. He finished the game because he's a humble guy. He's a guy that listens everybody. He shared everybody. He make a difference with his behavior. It's part of his education, It's unbelievable, this guy. Unbelievable.
Wow.
I kill you.
I don't know how to follow that up. The game will tell you what was going to happen, and through the adversity that was thrown at me for sure since the minute the ball was thrown up in the air. You got to be able to trust your teammates, but also you can't have a bad attitude because the game is not playing out the way you want it to. People look at me for positivity, and I have to be able to give that regardless if I'm playing or not. My mindset the whole game was this is a great moment to work on your leadership, to work on yourself. And when the game comes to a point where they need you to win, you'll be there. And I just stayed focused on the task at hand, kept leading, kept cheering as hard as I can for my teammates. If you can't be on the court to be the best player on the court, why not be the best player on the bench? And I wanted to be the best player on the bench. I wanted to be the best cheerleader. I wanted to be the best tactician, and I wanted to be able to motivate the guys to play disciplined basketball and to not let the game overwhelm them. We came out in the third. I felt that I was going to get something going right away. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to do it, but when the fourth came around, I looked at Coach, and Coach looked at me, and because you said our relationship, I knew what the job was, and I knew for us to have the best chance, I would have to stay in the game and find ways to stay and just be crafty and be disciplined and be smart. And for a coach like Che to trust me, it means a lot. And I just was out there doing whatever was needed to win, whether it be a pass, whether it be a good defensive stop, whether it be making a 3, or whether it be at the end making 2 free throws. I'm going to do whatever it takes for this country to win. And that was just what was needed today. It wasn't 30 points. It wasn't 40. It wasn't a double-double. It was 2 free throws and leadership. And I'm glad I was able to get my coach, who I love dearly, and my country, our country, that we love dearly, a chance to win. And I was able to help.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Kat. And all the best to you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.